start with my first question. How do you feel about the exoneration of those 256 sailors who were court-martialed, and then the other 50 that were convicted?
Let me tell you, it's a bittersweet victory. You know, I cried when I learned about it, but it's been a long time coming, you know, and so the wrong has finally been righted. However, yeah, I mean, I'm exhilarated. I mean, I can't tell you, I've been crying every time I think about it.
What was that moment like? I mean, did you ever know that this was coming, like on the 80th year of that day, that these men of valor and the men who just, who were serving their country?
We were always hopeful, and I'm a minister, so I always said, with God, all things are possible. Although I didn't think it would happen this soon, I thought it might happen beyond my lifetime, you know, and at least another generation. And so for it to happen now, it's like, I was at a loss for words when I found out about it.
What was your uncle's name who was serving here?
His name was Irvin, I-R-V-I-N, Irvin Lowry, and he survived the explosion. He was in the barracks when the explosion happened, and so he was thrown against the wall from the force of it. And he said they worked for 3 days picking up body parts, and he didn't really know that he had been injured, that when he laid down finally to go to sleep, he had some glass in his body.
It was glass in his back, right? Is that correct? He didn't know until he laid down how affected that he was.
Yeah, that's right. He said when it first happened, everybody jumped up, they checked on each other to see who was hurt or if everybody was okay. And then he ran over and got a truck from the recreation center, because he worked in the recreation center. So he brought the truck over and they used it like an ambulance to take people to get some medical help. And they had to go off base because everything on the base was destroyed. So they didn't even have a medical center anymore.
After the explosion, did they ship him to Mare Island, or he stayed here mainly just cleaning up the debris?
You know, I think they shipped everybody over there because they didn't have any place for them to sleep over here.
Okay.
You know? But he wasn't one that they asked to go back to work because it wasn't his job to begin with.
This is my last question. Are you glad that you started the Friends of Port Chicago 25 years ago? Because this probably would not have happened without the work of all you people, making this national memorial.
I am so thrilled. See, we didn't just do the exoneration, though that was our number one thing all those years ago. This land we're on right this moment was not a national park at that time, but it is now because we've done a lot of advocating for it, and it became Obama signed it into being, and so there've been other things that we've done other than the exoneration, but our main stories have been to honor the men who died here, to honor the ones who were injured, to honor the ones who protested, our people who were found guilty of mutiny to have them exonerated. So yeah, I'm glad. And we've just been plugging along, with the struggle. But one of the things I'll say is that the men who worked here, the men that I've met, who were survivors of that explosion, wanted people to know that they did their darndest to help win the war. That, they were hoping that they would be treated better after the war, but they still wanted us to win the war.
That is a beautiful story, and I want to thank you for sharing your thoughts about that. I've been seeing a lot of documentaries with you in it, and it's just a pleasure to meet you here on this beautiful day for this beautiful occasion. Thank you.
You have a card?
No, but